Welcome back to Don's Life. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining today. Today we're going to demonstrate an installation of a product from Extreme Online Store. These are the Corvette Stingray C8 Z51 add-on side skirts, rocker panels that go right here because we want to customize the C8 and give it a bit of a winter theme. I've got some crazy plans coming up, a black and white livery. I'll leave it at that right now. But before we put these on, I need them to stand out. So we're going to wrap them white and then install them. Let's go. So let me just show you how these fit on. Now, these are glossy black. You can also get them in carbon fiber. But this is a Z51 trim on this car, and these simply cover up these rockers here, help protect them, which I don't think is a bad idea. They have these pre-drilled screw holes here, and they give you the screws to attach it. But because I do have some grand plans for the car, I'm going to use double-sided adhesive tape inside of here, and I'll demonstrate how I'm going to install them that method. But they do give you the screws should you need them, but I'll be supplying the double-sided tape in this case. But to make them stand out, I definitely want to wrap them first because I do have a black and white theme for this car that I'm going to run on it for the winter. Now, you may not wrap a set if you were to get these, but if you did, you only need maybe 3 feet of vinyl by the full roll width, which is about 60 inches. And I've got the gloss white right here. This has a protective cap on it, so it's going to help with me trying to work the film on here. We'll get to that in a second, but we are going to wrap it with this piece here, and of course this one is already done. All right, the second one's mostly wrapped. Now, if you saw the time-lapse footage, you probably noticed I was struggling a little bit, probably triggering you a little bit on my style or my strategy for wrapping it, but a couple things I just wanted to point out. So the vinyl that I'm using from Vivid is an ultra gloss material. It has a stretchable protective cap, which means that if I'm going to work with the vinyl as I'm applying it and not take that cap off, it's only going to have a limited amount of stretch that it can give me. But as I'm working with it, it also protects it from getting scratched. So because it's a finicky piece that I had to hold in my hand and it's not fixed to the car's body, it makes it a lot harder to work with. But watch this. Now this vinyl is way more pliable, and all I have to do is worry about the edges, trim it up like that one there, and then we can get to the installation. Okay, we got these side skirts wrapped. I think they turned out great. I've already got one put on though, because that's just what I do. So I'll give you a little preview here quickly. That's it right there. I'm not going to show you the full thing yet. You're just going to have to wait. But if you're curious where the design of this car is going, definitely subscribe to the channel. You'll want to see more. Right now we got the snow tires on these white wheels. These are not the wheels that came with the car. This is your first time watching the channel. And now it looks like this. But we are going to drive it part-time in the winter, not in the slush and the mud, but in the powder, in the packed snow, maybe do some donuts. I just can't help myself. We want to make this car kind of fit a winter theme. So that's why we're adding these side skirts in white and not black. Otherwise they just blend in, you wouldn't see them. So it's good to know that you can wrap things like this. But without further ado, we need to clean the rocker. I'm using 70% isopropyl alcohol. I hit the car wash up before I brought the vehicle inside, so I did a good job spraying under there already, but there's gonna be a little bit of grime. So clean that up good. And then we're going to use a little bit of this double-sided tape. Not very much, probably like 6 or 8 squares near the places where we normally put screws. I'm not even gonna put tape on the top because after fitting that one on that side, it is so snug, it's not going anywhere. And because I have some plans for the car that will require removing these in the near future to get access to things, I didn't want to screw them in at this point, but you could definitely screw them in and it'd be easy to uninstall it as well. I'm choosing adhesive, that's just my choice, but I think I should stop talking and we should get to installing. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to get our alignment right. So I already know that we need the front of this to be lined up with the front of the rocker here, just behind the mud flap. So I can gently lay the top here. And then because this has some flex, and remember I have paint protection film on here, so I'm not scratching anything. I just want to slide it up, making sure I'm still aligned up at the front. And I'm kind of pulling down as I go. I'm using my fingers as spacers. So now I've got it all the way in, and now it's starting to curl under. Pull my fingers out, squeeze it together. Look at that, solid, and only with half a dozen pieces of adhesive. So imagine if you screwed it on, how strong it would be. Piece of cake. Well, that wasn't so bad. Actually, a very, very easy install. So if you want to add protection to your rockers, definitely look at getting something like this from Extreme Online Store. But I think I owe you a montage. But right now it's dark out, so I'm going to put some footage together here momentarily. For you momentarily, for me it's actually going to be the next day. I do a lot of my filming at night because I have to work during the day. YouTube is something I do usually on the evenings and weekends, so I can put together helpful, informative videos and some fun videos just for you. So let's do a montage and then we'll come back and wrap this up. Well, I hope you guys like that. It was a very, very easy install. Again, you can add some protection to your vehicle. We got the front splitter here, which we're probably gonna have to wrap white as well, I think, to match it. That's also from Extreme Online Store. We also have this duck wing spoiler. This isn't the extreme version either. This is just the regular version. There's a performance version it's called, and it's taller. I don't know how much bigger, but I think that one suits the car in its current form. But again, stick around. We're gonna wrap this car really cool. We got a lot of stuff coming, lots of plans. I'll continue to give you a lot of detail of doing these projects, not just having them put on magically and then, you know, asking everybody what they think. I'll actually try to do the work when I can and share with you what I've done along the way so you can decide if it's something you want to do. So definitely go check out Extreme Online Store for accessories for your vehicle. They have a lot more than just C8s on there. When I had my BMW M4, I didn't know they existed, or I could have maybe went to them and found some stuff to do up the M4, but that doesn't matter. We have the C8 now. But go check them out. I'll also leave a link in the video description below. But if you liked today's video, hit that like button. Please consider subscribing. We'll talk to you next time.